Croatia. Paul's been here many times, but this is my first time, so I'm excited. But also, we're not going to stay here long, because, well, apparently Croatia has very strict rules about motorhomes. Basically, it's super expensive. Campsites are super expensive, and free parking places are basically illegal, and then you get fined, which is also expensive. So we're probably just going to be here a couple of days, and then we're off to Bosnia and Herzegovina. We did it again, lads. In Italy. We heard that everything is more expensive in Slovenia and Croatia, and fuel prices were fairly cheap when we were leaving Italy. So we filled up for 167. 5 minutes into Slovenia, we see fuel for 142. So I decided before we leave Slovenia, we'll fill up. We filled up for 142, more than half our tank, about 57 euros. Great. Enter Croatia, and we see fuel for 124. It's 25 to 9, and we've arrived at the place we want to sleep tonight, to be met with a sign saying no camping, no overnight parking. So we're on a mountain, we don't have signal, there should be a Wi-Fi, Paul's trying to find it. We want to park outside the visitor centre for a hiking area that Paul was at when he was younger. The visitor centre is currently closed, because, well, it's late. So we can't ask them, the people who created the place on Park4Night, said they asked the visitor centre and were told they can stay here. But, well, I guess not anymore. And it sucks, because now we don't really know how to find another place to stay. Successfully found and slept at a beautiful spot in nature last night, and we've just left it now and we haven't been fined. Yay.
Holidays, beautiful holidays in Croatia. For us, we stayed for 2 to 3 days, simply because it's not really nice with a camper, and there's potentially just as good countries coming towards us that are just simply better to visit with a camper. So therefore, I would visit in Croatia. And where are we going next now?
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
And how are you feeling about it?
Nervous.
Why?
Because this is the dead zone. We're not in the EU. We don't have internet from our phones. We also can't text or call with our phones. Things are different there. And we can't just Google things when we're unsure. What are problems?
We'll see if any of those problems are actually real and if there's a reason to actually worry about anything. Because we have also been hearing good things, but also bad things.
The places seem beautiful and really great for going with a camper, because the rules are kind of lenient for campers. You know that our phone contract will not work, and that's what's making me nervous. But I'm really hyped about going to Albania, because there it seems like it's going to be amazing for campers, even though, well, driving, well, that's a different story. We're still a good 45 minutes away from Bosnia and Herzegovina. We're driving through middle of nowhere in Croatia, And we're driving down this road, and I see a little fire at the side of the road, and then I see police, and I'm like, oh, I guess the police are putting out this fire. Then the police like signal for us to stop, so we stop, and they're like, can we see your driving license and car papers? And then while they're checking it, I notice they're actually there with the police car, and the fire is next to like a little police office thing, like such a container, but it's got like police written on it. And it seems like somewhere just in the middle of nowhere in Croatia, there's 2 police waiting to stop people. Anyway, they checked Paul's driving license and our car registration, and that was it. But like, this is the first time we've been stopped by police, and it's just randomly like completely middle of nowhere. We have not seen another car in a good bit. Like, this road is pretty much empty.
That's probably why they do a fire. They may be adults, but they're so bored they turn, like, the ideas of a stupid boy comes up again, so they do a fire in the middle of the forest. Here's another police one. Do you believe this? Another police one just passed.
I mean, I get that like we're close to Bosnia and Herzegovina, but we're not that close.
The other police people, they are bringing the beers in. We're having a party night.
Since the police stopped us, we saw, I think, 2 other police cars, and now there's a police car following us. We're like really in the middle of nowhere. There's hardly any other cars on the roads. Oh, it just overtook us. Aye, guys, you're going a bit fast. And we're going through these tiny villages that half the houses are like abandoned and falling apart. And we haven't seen police at all in the rest of Croatia. But somehow here in this last little corner, there's loads.
Change of plans, lads. We're not leaving Italy today.
Croatia.
So, we wanted to leave Croatia today and go to Bosnia and Herzegovina, but we didn't because, well, the route that Google wanted to take us at the first was a route that is basically just a gravel path, which is by far not possible for us. It was totally unrealistic. 1-star rating on Google and for Google. Yeah, however. So we had to find a different way to actually cross the border and get to a waterfall that we want to see. More about that in the Bosnia and Herzegovina video. Either way, that was again like what, an hour's drive? Almost anyways. And so we started driving, and then we realized, okay, it's getting dark and it starts raining and it's still going to be quite a bit, and we still need to cross a border which is out of the EU, so it's probably not going to be as easy. Who knows, we'll see in the future. And so we just at some point went on a turn off the main road and on a small road, and then we drove for a long time, and then we just ended up here in the middle of nowhere. Like, our phones already think we're in Bosnia and Herzegovina. We're in the middle of nowhere, which is very beautiful, but since we, I think, officially are still in Croatia, we are not meant to be wild camping, and we have seen a lot of police, as we have been seeing, so we feel very insecure, but we just pray to God that this will be fine, simply because it sort of has to be, that we don't want to drive for another hour, and there's nowhere else to really stop. There's nothing here. It's the deepest nowhere that we have been in so far. Anyways, this is a beautiful location. As long as everything goes well, fingers crossed, and it'll probably be a nice night and a very quiet night. Last night we also had some terrible wind and we couldn't sleep. Oh, it was terrible. And tomorrow, Bosnia and Herzegovina is definitely going to happen. If anything happens, we'll see you there before we cross the border. If nothing important happens, we see you next time. Next week.